beautiful Grand Lake. So what's up to you two 30-year-olds out there living life? Who else we got?
We got Michelle Kyle saying "Go Cats." I believe they were the ones that had it up, the feed up on TV, but muted it and listened to us yesterday. So, hello once again. Linda Clay, good luck, ladies. Mary Lou Streicher is watching. Mike Reich, go Lady Cats, do your thing. Abel Ramirez, good luck, Lady Cats. Linda Pierce, go Lady Vikes. And once again, we apologize, we can't show video because Spectrum does have the rights to the state Final Four. We can get up to 3 minutes of highlights, so we will be able to show some replays like we have been doing.
And the players are back out on the floor at the free throw line as Lacey Williams, who makes good on the first of 2 scheduled free throws. The second one, though, in and out. Resler with a one-handed rebound, corralled it to the side of her body, and now gives it up to Strock.
Yeah, that was a nice move by Resler, taking it. Had a body behind her, but boxed her out. On the other end, though, Strock unable to get the layup.
She missed it with the left hand. Vinton County pushing the pace back the other way. The shot is up. It's good. One more on the way. Morgan Bentley, get out of my way.
It seems like Vinton County getting down double digits. That's when they start their run.
As you'll see on the absolutely moving replay, shout out to my dude Benny Franz, who I got to talk to yesterday on the phone. Make sure that you support him. If you got a moving job coming up, give my dude a call. She will cap off the three-point play, Will Bentley.
Lead down to 9 now with 3:23 left in the half.
Strock, nobody really defending her. Looks like they're going to allow the Wildcats to shoot a 3 if they want it, at least Taylor. Now it's in the hands of Chips, looking to do some work off the bounce. Pulls up in the middle, the kick out to Callie Hellberg. Now she gives it up to Resler. They move it side to side. Roush off the dribble, sets up Chips. 3-ball on the way, partially deflected and short and into the hands of Bentley. Pushing the pace, trying to go coast to coast, end to end. Wild shot way up over the top of the basket. Would have been spectacular if she could have made it.
And that's she was trying to get the foul call that time, but it was just good defense. But on the other side, I think it was Myra Davis that got just a little bit of a deflection on Chip's three-point attempt to knock it wide of the hoop.
She's defending Sophie right now, who did a nice around-the-back dribble to evade the pressure. And now the Cats looking to get into a half-court set as they look over to the sidelines. And head coach Corey Kreinbrink, now in his 6th season, playing in the state title for the first time in program history and watching his team nearly turn it over as bodies hit the deck. Ball still loose. And called for an over and back is Kaylee Resler after it got tipped a couple of different times. It's kind of a wild little 5 seconds of game action right there, Travis.
I'm surprised that there were no Vinton County players that touched it because that would cancel out the backcourt violation, but the referee said it was all Napoleon. Ball just barely crossed half court, too. That's a tough turnover.
And I believe one of the officials we saw is a Resler today, right? A Napoleon graduate. So
there was a list in the program of all the state tournament refs for girls this weekend, and there was a Resler from Napoleon that did it, but I have a feeling he's not able to do this game as Vinton County once again turns the ball over underneath the bucket.
Yeah, a little conflict of interest, I would say there. Cameron Zinn was the one who lost handle of the basketball. She actually put it up, missed, gathered her own shot, but then lost it out of bounds, so it leads to the Wildcats dashing back the other way as Kaylee Resler shot blocked by Zinn.
Yeah, that time Zinn got the best of Resler. And Vinton County quickly across half court trying to set up that offense.
They've got it in the near corner. Trapped, though, as Tegan Bartow tries to give it up. It's going to be tipped and picked off. Intercepted by Hellberg, and she's going to be fouled about 80 feet away from the basket by Mariah Davis. And that's the 7th team foul now against Vinton County. 1-and-1 opportunity on the way for Callie.
Yeah, when you pick up the ball in the corner and Taylor Strock is guarding you, it's never going to end well. and that's exactly what happened. She just threw it into the middle of the court hoping somebody would get it, but it was Napoleon that ended up taking it, and now they're going to go to the line for a 1-and-1.
First one is up, splashes home. Hellberg, another phenomenal free throw shooter, but this team is loaded with it. It's carried them in a few games this season. As Travis mentioned, 75% or better for pretty much everyone on the club, though Hellberg back iron on the second attempt. So here comes Vinton County. They set up a two-man game at the top. Now they get it here to the near side. Williams thought about a three, now drives, picks up her dribble, gives it back to Bartow. He's going to try the middle, backing down on Resler, flips it up with the right hand, too strong. Kaylee secures the board, surrounded by three Vikings, and one of them is called for the foul. It's going to go against Tegan Bartow on the trap. So Kaylee Resler on the free throw line here. 1-and-1 opportunity with the Cats on top right now by 10.
Yeah, Resler going to the line. One of the better free throw shooters. She did miss a couple key free throws in the fourth quarter yesterday, but still one of the main contributors. And like I said, all through the regional and through that state semifinal game, she's been one of the main cogs. And despite Strzok not shooting well from the field.
Free throw no good. Rebound is loose, and Zinn taps it out, so Napoleon catches a bit of a break as they're going to have possession of the basketball underneath their own hoop here.
I don't think Resler likes that side of the court because that's the rim that she missed her free throws yesterday in the state semifinal. So I don't think that rim's her friend at the moment. We have a stoppage, I think, due to some blood.
And now some chants from the Wildcat Army, who are here in full force as I look straight across large student section in the upper bowl right here, Travis. And behind us, I mean, this place is, I guarantee that Napoleon sold out their half of the tickets, and it looks like Vinton County might have done the same. Quite a few people here in the building today.
Well, I saw for the state semifinal, there's a steal from Vinton County. I'll finish that thought in a second.
Ousley with the steal, hands off on the drive. Bartow puts up the shot, no good. Rebounded by Davis. Another opportunity here for Vinton County, leads to a drive off the square. That one misses two from Zinn, and here comes Chips with the ball.
Oh, tough spot to pick up your ball, but she's going to be fouled, bailed out. She picked it up just in that corner across half court. Vinton County looked to go for the trap, but because Chips started spinning around, Tegan Bartow reached in and got called for the foul and bailed her out. Now she will be shooting 1-and-1.
And I think that was the proper call. It happened right in front of us. Definitely got a bunch of Chips' arm, but like you said, not a wise play to pick it up there for the sophomore, but she capitalizes on the opportunity. First free throw is pure, and it's now an 11-point lead with under a minute to go here in the first half.
Yeah, this is a big moment here for the Lady Vikings. Can you get a little bit of a run to go into the half with some momentum, or is Napoleon going to continue to play the suffocating defense and take the momentum and a double-digit lead into the break?
Chips goes 2 for 2. And a timeout taken by Coach Kreinbrink and the Cats, who have played a great first half. Not just a good one, because they have forced this Vikings team that has all these perimeter threats that can take you off the bounce and love to run and gun you, and they've slowed down the pace. We've only seen a couple of times where Napoleon, who can play fast if they need to, Travis, but that's not really their style. They got forced into that on a couple of occasions.
Yeah.
But really, for the most part, they have dictated all of the pace of play.
I mean, this is a team that wants this championship. Unfinished business. We've been talking about that during their run through the regionals in the state. This team, these 7 seniors out here playing for the also 5 seniors that graduated last year. A lot to play for, a lot of confidence coming out into this game, and they don't look like a team that's only played their first state game yesterday.
Quick shout out to my dude Zeke Gonzalez for the 150 stars. He's a Wildcat fan, but I see that the Vikings heavily represented as well in our comment section. But it's going to be Napoleon coming up with the turnover as Taylor Strock went down to the floor. She's going to be heading to the free throw line for a pair as she got fouled on the play by Mariah Davis, who she stripped.
And once again, they get the turnover. A little bit of a frustration foul against Vinton County. And now the 10th team foul.
Strock so far on the day, 3 for 4 from the line.
And Davis is going to have to come out because that's her 3rd foul.
Be a big loss for them. She has not shot it well from the floor, 0 for 5, but 2 for 2 from the stripe. And a couple of assists as Strock looks to complete the pair. Second one halfway home and down and out. The rebound to Bentley. Looking to go all the way, takes it at Strock and is able to score over the top.
That was a great take by her. Full head of steam, as you can see on the replay, and puts up the nice hook.
No field goals for the Lady Cats in over 3.5 minutes. They have been getting it done at the free throw line, but a chance to add to their cushion here before heading into the locker room as we're down to 10 seconds.
Napoleon's fans starting to get up on their feet.
Resler checks, down to 4 seconds. She gets a screen from Strock, who slips it. Kaylee, step back 3 at the horn, comes up short. And that will take us to the end of 2. Napoleon, an 11-point cushion, 31-20 is their lead as the Wildcat Army cheering them all the way into the locker room. We'll step aside. We'll be back with some first half stats, bit of analysis, and get you ready for quarter number 3. Keep it here, live and free coverage from the Division II State Championships will return on the OH Report.
Outlaw Smokehouse in Napoleon, Ohio. Family owned and operated, serving mouth-watering barbecue in all types of quantities. So join us for indoor dining, order online anytime, and even catering for your next party. With a large menu full of options, we've got something to satisfy every palate. Outlaw Smokehouse, proud supporter of Wildcat Hoops.
It's halftime here at the University of Dayton Arena, where after 16 minutes of action, it's 31-20 Napoleon on top right now. The team of destiny taking one more step closer towards that state crown. Let's take a look at the halftime stats. Brian Skowronski, Travis Berardi breaking things down for you guys. And Cats shot it pretty well from the floor. Not too bad, but the big number, of course, that sticks out, they got to the free throw line 18 times.
Yeah, they'll win in any way. Vikings are 8 of 24. 6 more offensive field goal attempts, despite 3 more turnovers. But like you said, it's because the Wildcats have been going to the line. They haven't had any field goal attempts because they've been going to the darn line. Only 3 of 8 from 3, but it's been good enough because the Vikings 0 of 7 from beyond the arc, and they're a team that likes to kick and shoot that 3, especially in transition. They've just been unable to because Napoleon has been able to get back. They haven't allowed them to have many of those breakout transition situations as well.
Definitely limiting the Vikings on the offensive end, as they are owning right now a slim 17-14 rebound advantage, but typically this is a team that will own the boards and then they will push, and like you said, when the looks are available from 3, they'll launch and they'll knock them down. They just have not been able to gain much of a mental edge over the Cats because the shots simply aren't falling.
Yeah, and Cameron Zinn has been the bright spot, though. 8 points, 5 offensive rebounds, so 8 points, 8 total rebounds. But also what the Vikings like to do when they take those threes, they'll have somebody in position on the back end to get that offensive rebound and put back. They will go to the hole, go to the bucket for a chance at that offensive rebound and put back. But Napoleon, they've been boxing out, and they've been limiting that. When you saw those 5 offensive rebounds by Zinn, she's been able to put stuff back up. She's been able to get fouled and go to the line, but Napoleon has been limiting the Vikings' offensive mantra, been playing to their pace. This has not been an up and down sprint fest, and Napoleon has an 11-point lead because of that.
Want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsors helping us bring you this live and free broadcast, including the Lumberyard Winery and Supply in Napoleon. Stop in at their location on the scenic Maumee River or shop their supplies at the lumberyardwinery.com. Outlaw Smokehouse. Order online right now at outlawsmokehouseoh.com. And a special shout out to Brian and Kelly Dotson for helping sponsor today's game. rraffle.com, a reverse raffle app with endless possibilities. You can find them on Facebook and Twitter, so make sure that you look them up and give them a like. Northwest Capital Financial Group of Napoleon, who I'm told actually closed down their office yesterday to be able to come down here and support the Cats. So make sure that you make the smart investment with Northwest Capital Financial, proud supporters of Wildcat Athletics. And finally, Absolutely Moving and Benny Franz. Make sure that you look him up, give him a call. He is the sponsor of today's replays and probably the best moving guy in all of Napoleon and the greater area there. So if you got some place to go, you're picking up and moving, got a new house, new apartment or something, make sure that you give Benny a call. His number pops up every time there's a replay.
And thank you, Benny, for watching today. Thank you for wanting to be a sponsor for us. Alicia Nussbaum, also, these announcers are good. Spectrum, not so much during the OG games. So, hey, we love doing this. We love calling these games, and thank you for the compliment, but a ton of people commenting right now. Let us know where you're watching. I know yesterday's game we had people from Oklahoma, Texas, Florida. A lot of Florida people like the OH Report. Every part of Ohio yesterday watching. Let us know where you are watching or listening from and where you will be watching the great highlight. I love the audio synced highlight that Brian did last night. Great, and that's something that Napoleon fans, you can watch forever because everything that we have on the OH Report is live and free.
That's our mantra here on the OH Report. No paywalls, just live sports. That's what we do, and we're happy to bring you today's state championship game free of charge, at least the portions that we can. And again, like Travis just alluded to, I will have a video highlight available for this contest a couple hours after it is over. So enjoy the audio while it's here, and then you can see all the plays that we're talking about later tonight.
Brian, I love this atmosphere. There might not be a lot of, this place isn't packed like it would be for a regular state championship game, but still the atmosphere is great. It's packed to capacity. I know Napoleon State semifinal game sold out in 7 minutes.
Whew.
I saw the boosters last night in the hotel were getting tickets so their students can come down and make that great student section. So that's what I love about Napoleon, and I even commented to them, Wildcat Nation is one of the best fan bases in the state of Ohio. Yeah, I just said that.
Unarguably. Can't even make a case against them. The Army always out in full force as they are here today. And their Cats have the basketball here to open up quarter number 3. And it's going to be Kaylee Resler with the basketball. Spinning, switching to her left hand. Poked away by Bentley. But into the hands of Pedroza now. On the floor with 3 fouls to start the third.
Yeah, the ball is rolling out of bounds, and all she could do was flick it back. It went right into the hands of Pedroza,
who almost pushed off there. Great defense being assessed by Bartow. So she gives it to Strzok, who drives the lane and goes good off the square.
That is why Taylor Strzok is going to college for basketball.
And as we show you the replay, we've got a tie up at the other end of the floor. Sophie Chips doing the dirty work, tying up Morgan Bentley.
So back to their largest lead of the night with 7 minutes left in the third. Under 15 minutes away from a state championship. But can they withhold? You know, Vinton County is going to come with another one of those runs, and that might start it right there with the layup inside by Bentley.
Beautiful feed from Bartow, who went baseline and then just the sill. Bentley's got a nice, great wide frame at 5'10". She knew how to use it there, and she's having a nice night so far for Vinton County, leading the team with 11 points. Pedroza.
Oh, what a take.
Attacking at the other end, switches to the left hand as she went airborne.
A little bit of the Euro step, takes it to the hole, got it.
But quickly back the other way, Vinton County, that's kind of their style, but Bartow missed the shot in tight. Leads to a Wildcat leak out.
Oh
Resler.
My, what a pass. Let's take a look at that one too. What transition. They kind of pulled it out of the Vinton County playbook.
Who lets a 3 fly at the other end. It's Morgan Bentley from downtown, in and out, and now the Cats got a 3-on-2. Resler attacking. Tried to get it inside to Hellberg, who took a bump down on the floor with the basketball as Bentley, but tied up by Callie. And the possession arrow.
And what I liked on that absolutely moving replay was Chips had her back turned to the bucket, but she had the thought process. She saw that she had somebody running down the left side, Resler running down the left side, didn't even need to look at her, turns around, throws an absolute dart to her for that layup in transition.
So Napoleon keeps possession. They're going to get it to Resler from the foul line. Now kicks it out to Chips and back out to Kaylee, who's going to back it out to half court. Set up a play here.
Vikings in a 2-3. Now they switch to the man.
They send a double team at Kaylee. She gives it to Pedroza. 3-ball off the mark. Offensive rebound for Resler, and she's got the putback.
Actually, we thought there was going to be a foul for a second. Then I realized it was Resler that ran into Chips off the rebound. Backs up a little bit, gets the sweet shot, as you'll see right here on the replay.
Resler's got 6 rebounds on the night. Pedroza just collected one off the miss at the other end from Bentley.
6-0 run for the Lady Cats over the last minute and 10, looking to extend on that. Strzok for 3. Got it!
Wide open, Taylor Strzok, nothing but money, blowing things wide open. It's a 20-point Lady Cat lead.
They're feeling it, Brian.
They've got it working, and all cylinders pedal to the metal. The Napoleon Wildcats putting on a basketball clinic here halfway through the third quarter. They're doing everything that they want to do on the floor.
9-0 run has it out to 20. 42-22 at 4:50 left in the third. Team of Destiny, it's feeling like it right now, Brian.
They've just got too many quality kids that have played a lot of basketball and have been driven and motivated to get back to this game. And you could tell by their demeanor yesterday that the stage wasn't too big for them. They weren't blown away by the fact that, hey, we did what we said we were going to do. They knew that they had one more step on the journey to accomplish the ultimate mission. And so far, so good. Everyone's all in on Napoleon, and right now they're on top by 20.
What a run to start this quarter. It's a carbon copy of the start of the game, a 10-0 run. Vinton County couldn't hit any shot to start the game. 10-0 run, then they responded with that 8-0 run, but right now a little bit of a different feeling. 4:50 left in the third, don't have as much time, and Napoleon has all the momentum.
And they've got a full court press put on, though Vinton County gets by it, but a dribble off the foot of Chips almost creates a turnover. And it will, as it's going to go out of bounds here on the near side, and possession will belong to the Cats.
Yeah, went off her foot, tried to save it.
So Strzok with the basketball, being defended by Zinn. Now tosses it out to half court, and Pedroza waiting for the 5-second tick as the defender gets close. Now they send a double at her. Dribbles away from it, gets it to Sophie Chips. Chips tosses the Resler, dribbles here near side, over to Pedroza. Vinton County switching everything right now, and now they get the interception. Bad pass by Pedroza. It was read by Bentley. Great feed in transition, and it just goes through for Davis.
Yeah, she read that like a cornerback. Napoleon was kind of going back and forth with it, gets the bucket, but they get it in transition. Count the bucket, too.
Callie Hellberg heading to the line for one more off the beautiful setup from Sophie Chips.
And that's tough because she had already released, but you have to let the shooter come down, and she did not. As we have hit the media timeout for the third quarter, and that leads back up to 20 with a chance to make it the largest lead of 21 here.
4 assists now for the sophomore Chips in 19 minutes. Hasn't shot it great from the field, but is a perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line as well. Getting contributions from pretty much everybody here. Travis says Hellberg, who's heading to the free throw line to try to cap off a three-point play, where she's 4 of 5 so far, 3 of 4 from the field. She's having a great night up to this point.
And you could get this from any of the starting 5 from Napoleon, as we've seen. Strzok in the regional semifinal against Bellevue went off. Then it was Ressler in the regional final against Norton. And then you see Pedroza contributing for 13 points, 11 points in the first half yesterday in the state semifinal. Any of these 5 can go off at any time. And then Strzok will still get you that casual 12, 13 points under the radar that you don't notice until you look at the stat line. But tonight, Strzok, she's playing like the leader. 14 points, 4 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3. And although she's missed 2 free throws, which is a surprise for us, still 14 points to lead all scorers. Bentley on the other side leads Vinton County with 11. Zinn has 8, but they just can't match the balance that Napoleon has.
Which has been their repertoire all season. That's been the storyline, and what we had heard about Vinton County is that they've got so many weapons. Just haven't been able to put it all to use here, as Bentley, their top scorer and one of the best in program history, over 1,500 points. She's got 11, but can't do everything for this team, and certainly not in a hole like this.
And Davis having 3 fouls, 10 to half, really hurt them as well. They couldn't get her contributing.
Hellberg knocks down the free throw to cap off the three-point opportunity, pushing the lead back up to 21.
Napoleon shooting 56% from the field right now.
They're on a 12-2 run. They've made all 3 of their last field goal attempts. See if Vinton County can get something going. They got a 3 on the way, and it sparks through the bottom. Morgan Bentley putting the team on her back.
Finally, they get one to fall from beyond the arc, as you see on the replay. Is that the spark to start, or does Napoleon have an answer? And that answer is yes.
Beautiful ball movement. Looked like the 3-man weave drill ended up in the hands of Ella Rausch. Another 3 sent straight away. This time it is short from Bentley. Chips almost had the rebound, but taken away inside. Vinton County's going to the free throw line with Lacey Williams shooting 2.
You saw in the replay, she took that shot from about 4 feet beyond the men's college line. She did it again, came up a little bit short, but she's a player that is not afraid to throw it up, kind of like Steph Curry. You got to cross that half-court line. You better guard her.
Free throw off to the left for Williams. As Pedroza going to check in. And 0 for 2, so an empty trip, and Vikings can't have too many more of those, and they get called for the foul here as they double-teamed on Resler.
Vinton County is going to have to start getting turnovers. They forced 7 Napoleon turnovers in that first half. Napoleon only had 4 in their semifinal against Carroll. They got to start creating more of those turnovers if they want to try and cut into this 20-point lead, because time is starting to run out on their season as it's coming up to about 10 minutes and 55 seconds of game time remaining.
Napoleon breaks the pressure. Pedroza now double team on her. Strock left open from the corner. She's 3 for 3 from downtown. The senior lights out tonight.
You can't leave her open like that, because she will hurt you in this way that you are watching right now, saving her best performance for when it matters, the state championship game.
We talked a bit yesterday about some of her offensive struggles, at least from the floor shooting during the regionals, and then in the Final Four game yesterday. She has been saving it, like you just said, here tonight. 5 of 6 from the floor and perfect from long range. Loving that downtown view, 3 of 3.
But one thing to help for Vinton County, they just got to the line. They just gave Hellberg her 3rd foul. So her and Pedroza now with 3 fouls each. It's back to a 21-point game, but they're going to have to get those 4th fouls quick on those 2 if they want to start coming back.
And speaking of quick, that's what Napoleon has been in breaking the pressure. Though a pull-up jumper is short for Roush, leading to a leak out back the other way. Vikings miss it, though, from Ashley Bentley.
And there it is. That'll be Pedroza's 4th if it's on her. No, it's not. It's on Strock. So that'll be her 2nd. But one of those late calls at the referee, it's a 50-50 call. If the ball goes in, he probably won't call it, but it leaked out of the rim, and he will give her a chance at 2 shots.
So it'll be the junior Cameron Zinn shooting a pair from the line. And the first one, no friendly bounce off the back iron as Chips back onto the floor. Roush going to take a seat.
I will say, Brian, looking up at the big Jumbotron, they have one of those cameras behind the backboard. It's something maybe we have to look at for next year's coverage. But, yeah, it took a weird spin off the rim on that first bounce.
And then the second one, same thing. 0 for 2. Strock with the rebound. Dribbling through traffic, sets up a 3-on-2. Pedroza, though, electing to pull it out as they'll get it into the hands of Strock from the top point. Now comes near side to Pedroza. Cats swing it back this way on the near side with Chips being pressured on the perimeter by Bartow.
They're running that 3-man weave that they're so good at, lulling the defense to sleep and then looking for the pass inside.
Resler passes up over the top to Pedroza, who gets hit on the wrist by Williams. And she's going to pick up the personal.
That'll be her 3rd. But yeah, Vinton County was really picking up on the pressure there. After the first couple passes of that weave, they didn't allow them to really get that going afterwards. And it was a foul.
Strock drives baseline, fouled as she switched to the left hand. Bentley came over the top. Got her on the arm.
That'll be Bentley's 3rd. So now 3 of those 5 starters in foul trouble with 3 fouls. But they're not going to be able to come out because, 1, the small bench that Vinton County has, and 2, you need your best players out on the court right now, down 21. Make that 22.
Strock continues to impress, adding to her game high. 18 points now.
31 combined points here in the state tournament, 32 now.
And she's got almost a perfect release. If you're going to teach your kid how to play basketball in the driveway, you probably want to model the jumper after Taylor Strock. Though this girl's having a pretty nice performance too. Morgan Bentley blew by the defender and scored on the left side. Cats push it ahead. They've got a 3-on-2 here. Strzok elected to give the extra pass. Now chips to the corner. Pedroza sends. Won't make this one. Bentley skies for the board.
That could have been an early dagger, Brian, if they would have hit that. But Vinton County escapes, and they're going to go to the line for 2.
Bartow, slick pass in between 2 defenders. Got it down low on the block to Zinn, who's back on the charity stripe where she just missed her last 2 attempts. This time Zinn, first one, same result. 0 for her last 3 now. And Zinn 0 for 4 from the line here tonight. And then a big rebound by Resler. Sends it ahead, Strzok. Dribbles by a defender, makes a nice pass inside, but they kick it out. Pedroza has it. And now Resler backing it up to midcourt. Spinning by Bentley here to the near side. Gets it to Hellberg, who's chased out of there. Hands it off to Chips, goes down the lane. Saul Strzok cutting backside. Couldn't get it to her on target.
That was the perfect idea, but just a little too strong off the hands of Strzok and out of bounds. And with 43.6 seconds left, Vinton County with a chance to possibly get this to within 20 before the end of the third.
They're going to have Morgan Bentley handling. Chucks it right side to Bartow, assessing. Bentley right back up top with it. And now Davis gets by Chips. Floater on the way, too strong. Pedroza with the big board in traffic. And this has been the story. Napoleon keeps pushing it ahead and getting numbers. Resler able to capitalize.
2-on-1, decided to keep it. Cashes in.
Kaylee Resler 5 of 7 from the floor tonight, and the Cats pressure defense bursting some pipes at the other end. Turnover thrown away by the Vikes.
You know something, looking at the media guide that the OHSAA gave us, Strzok is the only one committed out of these 7 seniors. Why hasn't anybody looked at Resler? She looks like a college basketball player. Maybe not D1, but D2, D3. I mean, if I were a coach in those levels, I would gladly have a player like her because she can do it all.
Calling all coaches that have empty vacancies with some of your recruitment roles. Take a look at this girl who sends a great pass on target to Strzok. That's going to take us to the end of 3. And look at the passion and emotion being exuberated here on the Wildcats sideline. They know that they're going to be entering money time with a 25-point lead. They can taste that state championship. It's in the air here at Dayton.
Outlaw Smokehouse in Napoleon, Ohio. Family owned and operated, serving mouth-watering barbecue in all types of quantities. So join us for indoor dining, order online anytime, and even catering for your next party. With a large menu full of options, we've got something to satisfy every palate. Outlaw Smokehouse, proud supporter of Wildcat Hoops.
It's money time here at the University of Dayton Arena, where it's a big 56-31 cushion for Napoleon and their fan base doing what only the Napoleon fan base does, lassoing in the fourth quarter. We got a shout out on Twitter yesterday. I was questioning what this was, this tradition that they have, and I don't know if there's a name for it per se. Travis is going to try to look it up right here, but it's a cool little dance where it's a lasso move. And then I feel like they're just bringing in money time because that's where these girls shine the brightest. Fourth quarter action just about underway, and a championship within the grasp here of the Lady Cats.
Kay Blitzy on Twitter told us that lasso quote-unquote cheer is our infamous Napoleon cheer.
It's going to be the Vikings with the basketball to open up fourth quarter play. They're going to work it here left side and then thrown right back over to Bartow. Back and forth she plays with Davis. And now they go to the middle. Zen with a clean look, drives inside, and a high arcing shot off glass goes down.
That's what they need. If they want to start chipping away, they got to get quick buckets. Now they need a couple turnovers.
Zen's having a nice night, 5 of 7 from the floor, also has 8 rebounds. And a timeout taken by Napoleon. Give me one more opportunity to thank all of our generous sponsors for help bringing today's broadcast live and free, including the Lumberyard Winery and Supply in Napoleon. Make sure you stop in at their location on the scenic Maumee River or shop their supplies at thelumberyardwinery.com. Outlaw Smokehouse. Order online now at outlawsmokehouseoh.com. And a special shout out to Brian and Kelly Dotson for sponsoring ourraffle.com, a reverse raffle app with endless possibilities. Find them on Facebook and Twitter. Make sure you give them a like and a share. Northwest Capital Financial Group of Napoleon, who closed their office yesterday to support these Cats. So make the smart investment with Northwest Capital Financial. And absolutely moving with Benny Franz. His number is posted right on this feed. So if you got a moving job coming up, make sure that you hit up Benny with Absolutely Moving. He will get your stuff where it needs to be, all in one piece.
You see some of Wildcat Nation. We'll try and get – everybody seems to be on like the top bowl. Down here where we are, there's not a lot of the fans, but when you go up into the rafters, that's where all the Napoleon fans are. They're like Wildcats. They're waiting to pounce on you.
That's right. They're lurking in the darkness, Travis, just ready to see that trophy brought out to midcourt where they feel like their team is about to pounce on top of that thing, bring home the chip back to Napoleon.
You know, you say this is money time, but it's almost net cutting time.
Could be for these Cats unless Vinton County has got one heck of a fourth quarter performance in them. But right now defending well, but Pedroza a little bit better offense, fouled on the floor as she ducked through a double team and got hit on the arm by Tegan Bartow.
The 5th foul on Vinton County, so they have one more to give before Napoleon goes back to the free throw line where they're 15 of 21 from this evening.
Resler triggers it inbounds to Pedroza, who's going to work it here near side to Chips. Now down in the corner, Strock gets it to Resler on the block. Goes left, spins back the other way, and it's good. Resler lighting it up from inside.
Remember what I said about coaches in Division 1, 2, or 3 basketball should look at her? That's a reason why right there. What a post move by her. Able to keep that front arm out to shield the ball in her shooting hand, puts it up off the glass, draws the foul. Can't make the free throw, however, but still extends the lead to 25.
Zinn with her 9th rebound, going to push the pace all by herself. Got inside, missed it off the bottom of the backboard. Rebound to Resler, who gets fouled, trying to dribble away from traffic by Lacey Williams.
And that's going to be a 1-and-1.
7th team foul now on MacArthur. Vinton County just actually 4 for Napoleon here in the second half. And you do not want to get into a free throw shooting contest with this Wildcat team, one of the best in the state, boys or girls.
And Resler will go to the line. She's 0 of 2, but she has the ability to shoot at an 80% clip. And there she goes. Makes the first.
Cats looking to get 60 points on the board here against the team that on the season held their opponents to only 38 per contest. And 2 for 2 is Kaylee Resler. Dribble drive back the other way. Wild shot off the mark there for Tegan Bartow. And again, it's one and done, but taken away. Chips with a dangerous pass picked off by Bentley, who got inside, and she was too strong with the shot. Leads to a 3-on-2 for the Cats. Kick out to the corner. Strock on the dribble, left hand, and she's bumped on the shot attempt. So 2 free throws on the way for the senior guard.
6:16 left. Just looking at the state tournament records, largest margin of victory in Division II, 37. That was back in '97 when Elida defeated Vincent Warren 70-33.
So Strock gets him 1 point closer to potentially the largest blowout in D2 championship history. This to make it a 29-point game, and does. A 6-0 run for the Cats over the last 36 seconds of gameplay. But Vinton County with a chance to cut into that. Great feed inside to Cameron Zinn, who's got a couple of free throws on the way. She has not made one yet from the charity stripe, though. 0 for 4 on the evening. The trend continues, 0 for 5.
And hearing from the student section up in the nosebleeds doing, I guess, a Wildcat growl.
I don't know how to describe that noise. Maybe that's how this breed of Wildcat growls.
Hey, whatever, it's working.
Pedroza with the basketball, lost her footing, goes down to the floor, and their pass is going to be picked off by Lacey Williams. So the Vikings collect a turnover, pushing it back to the other end.
Still giving it 100%, Brian, and I like that. And they get a nice layup inside. Take a look at that one, just drawing in the defenders. Nice little bounce pass underneath, gets the layup. 62-36.
All set up by Bartow with the nice pass, though.
Oh,
a great
my.
skip pass. Beautiful offense ends in the hand of Hellberg.
I was just saying about good passing. That's how you break a press right there, Brian. Textbook. Chips, barely had possession, gets it off for the easy lay-in.
Ball never even hit the floor and didn't have to. Now back the other way. Open look from the corner for 3. Too strong from Williams. Strock with the rebound. Dribbles her way out of trouble. Now gives it to Resler at midcourt, who's going to get fouled by Bartow right away. So it appears that the Lady Vikes are going to force Napoleon to try to knock some down from the free throw line. And we see that the Wildcats also approaching the most points ever scored in the Division II championship game. They're just 10 shy and probably going to get there.
2 points a minute. And if they're going to keep getting fouled, they have to hit their free throws if they want to do it, but still comfortably ahead.
Resler did not capitalize there. So it leads to a leak out. Bentley goes strong inside, missed it. Rebound to Zen. She's off target. Third time is the charm, as this one goes down for Morgan Bentley.
That's just nice hustle by her, sticking with the ball, fighting off the defenders, and then getting the nice little lay-in.
Strock gives it to Chips here near side, defended by Bentley. Now up top to Hellberg. They swing it left side. Resler drives by the defender, got to the second level, and fouled by Mariah Davis on the shot attempt.
So Resler will go back to the line to get a chance at getting better on that 2 for 5 free throw shooting night so far. It's the first.
Resler's got 15 points on the night. Second best on the squad behind Strock, who's been virtually flawless, 23 points. And 2 for 2 on this trip for Kaylee. So Bartow handling point guard Dudings, brought it all the way to the right block, missed the shot, but offensive rebound ends up in the hands of Bentley, who pins the tell on the donkey from long range.
That's a nice looking 3-point shot right there. And that's what got them to the state championship game, is once again Napoleon just breaking out with the press break and getting the layup.
Can you tell these kids have played a few games together over their careers?
Just maybe.
Such great feel for one another on the floor, as the Cats having no problem right now with the press being assessed by the Vikings that have been giving teams fits all season. Now a great crossover take right side. Davis came up short. Battle for the board, and a loose ball foul is going to go against the Vikings. And I believe this is going to go against Zinn and could be her 5th. She is done. So the junior will return, but they'll certainly miss her presence in the game. She averages a double-double on the season. She's pretty much right at her season average, 13 points, 10 boards. As we are at the media timeout here in the fourth quarter. And collectively, all of the Cat Army pretty much up on their feet.
And seeing up at the top is Jory Hollenbecker, a great camera person, zooming in. But at the top, oh, and there's the Napoleon cheer that we were talking about. That's just awesome. That's cool.
Little lasso and then a couple of hammer strikes to really send the message home.
But yeah, the student section up in the top section really showing out tonight. There's a ton of them up there, socially distanced. But they're up there, and they've, the chant, the growl, whatever, during free throws, everything like that. But we've seen this not only here, but at Mansfield Senior High School for the regional as well. Wildcat Nation just shows up.
They come out in droves. They cannot wait to see their team perform, and how could you not be impressed by what you've seen the last 2 seasons? 27-0 last year, the big favorite to win the state championship, though they didn't get a chance to play at the Final Four, so they had some unfinished business to attend to, and they are looking to go 26-1 in a state crown this year in 2020-2021. So it's been a heck of a journey for the Wildcat Army, as they've seen their team put on a show here this afternoon, and basically the last 2 seasons it's been nothing but smiles and cheers.
3:25 away from making it official.
And Resler buries the first free throw, adding to her total of 17 points now. And I think that we're going to have a co player of the game tonight with Hellberg, Resler, and Strock. These 3 seniors have been dynamite.
And I believe over our 4 games covering Napoleon, all 5 starters have been players of the game at least once.
Here's Chips defending, putting some pressure on Bartow, who spins, puts up a wild shot, leads to a leak out at the other end. Pedroza. 2 points.
2 points away from the state record. 74 by Kettering Archbishop Alter over Ottawa Glandorf in 2016.
As Bartow sends a air ball out of bounds. So it'll be Wildcat basketball with 2:55 to go and just needing a bucket. As Travis said, this will be the highest scoring team in D2 championship history. As Taylor Strock checks out to a standing ovation and a huge hug from her coach, Corey Kreinbrink. What an incredible player and person. We don't know Taylor that well personally, but we've talked to her after a couple of games. She is a flat-out joy, as is Kaylee Resler, who's getting some hugs here. And those are the 3 seniors that we just talked about, along with Callie Hellberg. Just quality kids, all contributing on a championship team.
Nothing left but just the final statistics in this one, Brian. Napoleon is going to get their first state title. And what a cool feeling for not just them, but the whole city of Napoleon, over 8,500. There's going to be a big old parade when they get back to Napoleon this evening.
Almost want to, hop in the motorcade with that and come up for the festivities. Guarantee it's going to be going down the entire weekend.
Oh, off the front iron. Oh, what an effort for the save, though.
It was Grace Hopkins. She missed the 3, went flying out of bounds. As we get a good look inside, Chips probably could have had a layup. Alexa just pull it out and run some more time. Gives off to Pedroza. who now drives the lane. Clean setup and more free throws coming for the Cats. It's going to be Claire Durham.
So 2 free throws if she makes them both. That will tie the state record for points in a game.
First one does go in, as there's going to be wholesale changes. Chips now checking out. So will Pedroza. Second rebound a bit too strong from Durham. And it's boarded by Bentley. Pushing it back the other way. Sets up Riddle with the 3 ball, and it's Allison Riddle with the miss. Collects her own miss as she goes dashing into the lane. She's going to send it back out here to the corner. Now back into the hands of Bentley, who pushes it back to the other Riddle. And this time it's Allison who comes through.
Nice ball movement. Got set, puts it up, swish.
And it looks like Coach Bentley's taking a timeout and is going to take his seniors off the floor potentially. I saw some tears already forming and some eyeballs.
But give Vinton County credit. Them as well, playing in their first state semifinal, their first championship game. For a squad down in Southeast Ohio, you don't see a lot of basketball teams make the state Final Four from that area. So that's a great accomplishment for them, and they have some pieces that, hey, maybe this is the start of a run where they can get back here.
Under Rod Bentley, he's got a 122-44 record at the school, pretty darn good. And I believe 4 straight Tri-Valley Conference championships for Vinton County. So this is a program that's taken the next step, getting here to the state championship game, and could be the next edition of Napoleon if they keep it going and the wheels turning down there in Vinton County. Could get back here next season, as we're going to get a quick foul on the entry pass. Riley Oosley picking up the personal, and a chance for history with Grace Hopkins at the line as she buries these both.
And the job that Coach Kreinbrink has done with this squad, 6th year at the school, record of 116-37, career record of 124-53. Wherever he goes, he brings a winner. And Napoleon has tied the Ohio State record in Division II.
And checking out for the final time is Morgan Bentley. Emotional hug with her father and coach.
And a great career for her. The rebound, the shot goes in and out, so it stays 44 points right now, as Napoleon's going to empty the bench out next stoppage of play. Why not? That's a memory for anybody. If you get in even for the last minute. I played in the state championship game, and we won. That's a memory you can tell your family, your grandkids, your kids for the rest of your life. And there's the foul.
Yeah, it looks like Hopkins is going to have another opportunity. Just needs one of these as the senior on her way to the free throw line.
It'll be a 2-shot foul as Vinton County has committed their 10th of the half.
Grace for some history, and the Cats.
There it is.
Adding to their legendary tale. 75 points, the most ever scored by a Division II team in a state championship game. As the future of Lady Cat basketball now on the floor, like you mentioned. We've got Ella Tasler, just a freshman. Olivia Bump, a junior. Reagan Badenhop, a junior. Claire Durham back out there. And Carly Sonnenberg, a sophomore. And you hear the chants. The Cat Army believes they have won, and they're less than 60 seconds away from making that official.
And it's a turnover, so Napoleon, unless they get fouled, they're going to have the ball. They're going to celebrate a state championship here in less than a minute. They get across half court.
And we'll see if the Lady Vikings elect to really push and defend here. It looks like Napoleon, though, trying to run some offense. Like you said, these young kids, this could be their only chance of getting into a state championship game. Might want to get into the scorebook as we get a kick out and a shot on the way from Bump, too strong. And it's going to be rebounded by Riddle.
Whoop.
Another turnover here back at the other end by the Vikings. Losing their footing there was Lydia Nichols, the senior. So Napoleon, chance to dribble out the last 20 seconds. Got it in the hands of Sonnenberg. Now here near side with Tasler. Cat Army up on their feet as the emotion starting to build. Down to 3 seconds, 2-1, and the Napoleon Wildcats, the team of destiny, have taken care of that unfinished business, getting to the Final Four here at Dayton. Back-to-back wins. They're your Division II state champs.
Business finished. Napoleon does it. 76-44. The long trip from starting last season with high hopes, coming within 4 hours of playing in your state semifinal, only to get it ripped out from you. They waited a year, they get here, and they take care of business and finish with a state championship.
And you see the love affair that they have with the fan base at Napoleon, who has been supporting them throughout their entire careers. They show up in bunches, folks. Should have seen the pregame tailgate that was going on. Jory and I drove through it, got a little video. I mean, there was tons of people out there having a good time, and they've got even more to celebrate as the Napoleon Wildcats, as mentioned, have taken care of that unfinished business. They put a stamp on the record books, 26-1, their first ever state championship. And a big shout out, though, to Vinton County, 26-2 overall. They finished in the AP rankings number 4 on the season. They are your state runner-up in Division II. They had a heck of a season, and you can tell they've got a couple of matchup nightmares out on the floor, led by Morgan Bentley, who had a phenomenal game in her final of her career, leading the team here to the state finals. They just didn't have enough to compete with the Wildcats on this afternoon.
Yeah, Napoleon just, too much for them. Vinton County started off really cold from beyond the arc, 0 for 6 in the first half. Just unable to get anything going until late. They did go on a run after the 10-0 run by Napoleon, cut it to 2. You thought, okay, this was going to be a game, but then Napoleon just continued the chip away from that defense, built their lead, and they are state champions. Corey Crimebrink's father giving the trophy to the Lady Cats. So that's a cool moment for him.
How cool is that? Napoleon, the 2021 state champions. And what a good time they're going to have at the hotel tonight on the bus ride back. Guaranteed they're going to be part of a big parade when they get back into town.
As they should. Wildcat Nation, hear us out. Be ready. Get your cowbells. Get your toilet paper. TP some trees. Get some streamers, whatever. Confetti. Go all out for these ladies. This is the first state championship in school history on the girls' side. Party it up.
And they're going to get a chance to party here on the floor, cut down some nets. Think we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will line up interviews with our co-players of the game. We're going to go with Hellberg, Resler, and Strock. See if we can get the 3 seniors over here for an interview brought to you by ourraffle.com. So keep it with us, live and free post-game coverage from the Division II Girls State Championships from Dayton. We'll return.
Outlaw Smokehouse in Napoleon, Ohio. Family owned and operated, serving mouth-watering barbecue in all types of quantities. So join us for indoor dining, order online anytime, and even catering for your next party. With a large menu full of options, we've got something to satisfy every palate. Outlaw Smokehouse, proud supporter of Wildcat Hoops.
Back here at UD Arena, where both nets are getting cut down by the Lady Cats, just to help out with time and everything. But Lady Cats, 2021 champions. There's Sophie Chips getting her piece of the net. But Brian, let's take a look at the final stats before we get this celebration started.
Yeah, it was all Wildcats, particularly in that second half, Travis. They created the separation in the third quarter. They went on a nice long run, and it pretty much never ended going into the fourth. The Vikings got a great game from Bentley, who put up 21. Zinn was a monster on the glass with 11 rebounds, but it was the balance and the collective effort put forward by Napoleon like we've seen throughout this tournament run. 23 points from Strock, 18 from Resler, 16 from Hellberg, another 7 from Chips. Pedroza contributing with 6. Resler doing what she does too. I mean, she's pretty much an all-everything type of gal. 8 boards for her, led the team. Also handed out 7 assists too. That's why she is our player of the game, along with Strock and Hellberg. Just a great performance overall by the senior class.
And more records breaking. Most free throws in a state championship game in Division II, West Holmes at 23. The Lady Cats have 27.
How about that?
All over the record books for their first state championship. They're leaving their mark. 27-37. Despite shooting 60% from the field, they also added on with 27 more field goal free throws. So, you know, they did everything. They limited the speed of Vinton County. They limited their turnovers in the second half, especially. Only 5. And they got the open shots. They broke the press in that second half. That really busted it open and got so many open looks. And you know, they were having a blast out there too. I'd be nervous as heck playing in a state championship game. They're like, this is like street ball playing, middle of the summer pickup game. And
they've played in a lot of big games, as mentioned, getting to the round of regional each of the last 4 years. So these seniors, they know what the spotlight looks like when it's at its brightest. Hadn't had a chance to play on this stage, but neither had Vinton County. And I think you could tell that Napoleon was a little bit more used to being in a situation where they're playing with a lot at stake. They came through here tonight, took advantage of a lot of miscues as well from Vinton County in the game, and you got to give it up to Napoleon and their army, the Wildcat Nation here, supporting behind the backboard right there. I mean, it's a beautiful love affair between all involved.
I'm just waiting for them to play We Are the Champions. This is when you play We Are the Champions. It's not at a regional. It's not at a sectional or a district. You play it here. So come on, UD guys. You got to play it. This is the moment you got to do that. But anyway, Brian, I know you're going to get some interviews lined up, so I'll let you go and do that. And while you do it, I'm going to shout out some of these Facebook and YouTube comments because of all the great people that have been watching tonight.
Sounds great. Yeah, I'll see if I can go grab some of these seniors on the floor. If not, we might have to wait until they come out of the presser. We'll find out.
Yep.
Good luck, Travis, and
thank you, sir.
Thanks for listening, guys.
20. Also, something worth noting: the girls in the street clothes that are going up and taking down the net, those are the 5 seniors that did not get to play. That is an amazingly cool moment right there. Got to hand it off to Coach Kreinbrink and the team for doing something like that. I interviewed him after their regional championship, and he said this is for those 5 seniors as well, and that is an amazing gesture. And now Coach Kreinbrink with the great moment of taking down the last of the net and swinging around like Napoleon fans do to the start of the 4th quarter. There you go. Napoleon, state champs. Let's take a look at some of our comments here on Facebook and YouTube. First on the Facebook side, Mackenzie Keller, congratulations, Lady Cats. Brad West, congrats, Lady Cats, and coaches, you did it with style. Yes, they did. Julie Sliney, Napoleon Lady Cat Pride. Trayvon Hastings, state champs. The dream has finally been accomplished, and like I just said at the end, business complete. Ann Williams, congrats, Lady Cats. All the feels, just like the men's team in 81. Napoleon proud, bring home the hardware. Callie Pullen, congrats, girls. You deserve this more than anything. Benny Franz, congratulations, Lady Cats. Rebecca Newell, congratulations, Napoleon girls. Karma Poulter, congrats, Lady Cats. Great game. Mary Lou Streicher, congrats. Mike Reich, congrats, ladies and coaches. You did it. Deb Roll, way to go, Cats on the win. Good game, Vikings. The Vikings did battle valiantly. They battled to the end despite down 30. And you got to hand it to them for, continuing to play. They might have not gotten the win this year, but they were one of the final 2 teams to play for a state championship. And there's the fans once again doing the Napoleon wave. This time with the players. That's cool. You get those atmospheres in college football, but why can't we do this in high school as well? That's great. Libby Nagel, the party starts at 7 for Napoleon girls. Roads are closed in a parade when they get to town. That's what I want to hear right there. Rachel Young, the road is set up and all ready for them to come home. And please, anybody up in Napoleon, if you have video, if you take video on your phone, tag the OH Report, at OH Report. And we'll include it in the highlights. So any fan out there up in Napoleon that wants to take video on their phone, just tag us on Twitter or send it to us as well. Brian at oh.report. You can also email it to us, but give us shots of them coming back. Give us some footage of the parade, and we will use it in our highlights. But it looks like Brian Skowronski has our players of the game lined up here. Momentarily, we will get them. Napoleon, state champions. Brian Skowronski momentarily will be interviewing Taylor Strock, Callie Hellberg, and Kaylee Ressler.
We are now back with all three of our players of the game, all three senior members of the Lady Cats. We've got Taylor Strock, we've got Callie Hellberg, and then we've got Kaylee Ressler here. Girls, put it into the words for me. I know that it's been a long journey for you to get back here. What does this feel like?
I don't think there are words to describe it. I don't think anyone who's ever been in this moment can explain it. I think we're just so thankful that we could play and be here.
Just holding that thing right now, I mean, it's obviously it's got to be super special. If you can put it in words.
Yeah, I think it's just the culmination of a life's journey this far. Like we've spent our whole lives working for this, and we've put in a bunch of time, and just to see it pay off on this level, it just feels amazing. And to do it with the group of girls that we have, and especially after what happened last year with it getting taken away, there's still no words, but that's pretty much sums it up.
To not only do it, but then to show out with it with all your fellow seniors. I mean, how cool was it to have a good game here on the biggest stage?
It was awesome, and the whole time, like in our walkthrough, we were like, "This is our last time playing. Like, we have nothing to lose. We need to just show up." Especially since, like Kaylee said, it got cut last year. It's just so unreal that we did this. It's just crazy.
You guys definitely seemed like you weren't nervous or anything at the start of the game. Vinton County felt like they had to settle in a little bit. Tell me about where some of that calm, cool nature comes from.
I think that we were just prepared. The whole Coach K does a really good job at preparing us and giving us the game plan of what we need to do. We knew that we needed to defend because they're really good three-point shooters, and so we just settled down and we were like, this is our game.
Tell me about that third quarter stretch where you guys really created some separation, and what do you remember about kind of frustrating them and turning defense into offense over and over?
I mean, honestly, the whole game's just a blur, but I mean, every time we came into a timeout, I think as it got closer and closer to the end, we were just like, wow, this is really happening, and we played our best game of the season at the end of the season, and that's all you can ask for.
And then for you, Taylor, I mean, you hadn't shot it well the last couple of games. You were almost perfect here tonight. I imagine that's going to be crazy satisfying.
It is really satisfying. This is our last time wearing a Napoleon uniform, and it just feels so good to walk out. It's just such a good game. But, nothing I did wasn't like it was just because of my teammates. They got me open. They passed me the ball. And so it just feels really good for all of us to overall just have a good game.
And it was such a privilege for us getting to cover you girls and kind of get to know you a little bit over the last couple of weeks. So thank you so much for allowing the OH Report for coming along on the journey. And I know that most of the Wildcat Army was in the building here tonight, but if you have any shout-outs before we let you get out of here.
We're ready to go celebrate at Spangs.
Yeah. I request Oreo pie from Spangler's. So
there better be a whole pie.
Yeah.
For
so
me and Kaylee.
If they're watching, that's what we request. And thank you guys for all your support, and we're gonna come celebrate with you like crazy.
Hi, any from you, Callie?
I want to say my great grandma Rosie for not being able to come up because of COVID, but she supported me through everything. So shout out to her.
All right. Well, hey, bask in the moment. It only gets to come once. Enjoy it. Go celebrate.
Thank you.
All right, our three players of the game, these three senior studs presented by ourraffle.com. Throw it back up to Travis.
All right, thank you, Brian. Our raffle players of the game, you just see with the hardware, and get that pie ready. They want that Oreo pie, so we'll see if you can get that to them after the parade. But we're going to take a quick break. Brian will join me again unless he has a couple more interviews. We'll see if he can get those lined up. If not, we'll wrap things up here from the University of Dayton, where the Napoleon Lady Cats are state champs. So stick around right here, live and free on the OH Report.
Outlaw Smokehouse in Napoleon, Ohio. Family owned and operated, serving mouth-watering barbecue in all types of quantities. So join us for indoor dining, order online anytime, and even catering for your next party. With a large menu full of options, we've got something to satisfy every palate. Outlaw Smokehouse, proud supporter of Wildcat Hoops.
Unfinished business in the books here at the University of Dayton, and it's now on to the after party for some Spangler's Pie, evidently, where the senior members of the Wildcats are going to enjoy I'm sure, a very warm welcome back into town. Exceptional performance here tonight by the Wildcats, making history as the highest scoring team in the history of a state championship game with 76, and they shot almost 60% from the floor, 73% from the foul line. It would be impossible not to be impressed with the performance by the Lady Cats and the Cat Army, who was in the building tonight making all sorts of noise and doing their own unique cheers.
With everything that has gone on with this team over the last couple years and not having won a state championship, you knew it was just built up, and they let it explode in this game. Everybody had great performances. They played their game. They got the shots that they wanted. They hit some daggers early on, and they just controlled the game the rest of the way. And also, just a quick reminder, anybody in Napoleon that is going to shoot any little highlights on your phone of the parade, please tag us at OH Report or send it to Brian via email, brian@oh.report, and he will get that into the highlight tonight, our audio synced highlights just like last night, but this one's going to be a little bit more special for you guys, and you can see it all live and free. But take us out, Brian.
For the last time here from the University of Dayton for this weekend, want to shout out all of our generous sponsors for helping make tonight's game happen, including the Lumberyard Winery and Supply in Napoleon, Outlaw Smokehouse, rraffle.com, Northwest Capital Financial Group of Napoleon, and Absolutely Moving with Benny Franz. Thanks to you guys, we were able to bring live and free coverage to all of Cat Nation, who I think most of them were in the building, but they're probably scattered all over the country and had a chance to enjoy the audio feed. Want to also thank our incredible camera person, Jory Hollenbeck, for bringing you all the highlights that you're watching right now. My name is Brian Skowronski for Travis Berardi, thanking you all for watching and letting you know that we've got Boys Hoops streaming right now, a regional championship going down. So if you want to take in a little bit more high school hoops action, check them out on our YouTube channel over on Live Number 1 or on the main Facebook page at oh.report. And like Travis said, make sure that you send me some cool pics and videos from the parade. Wish I could be there, but I would love to spend some time in spirit and energy checking out all the cool pics and videos. But for now, from Dayton, we out of here.
Business finished.